Well,
Man, what?
what is happening?
What?
You know,
What?
leave the world behind.
Leave the world behind. Like for real.
It's coming to pass.
Leave the world behind.
What is
Leave
the
the
date
world
today?
behind. The date is what is it, 19th
Wow.
of January?
This is a of January.
That's how people be.
Of July. No, this is crazy. But I didn't even know this was going on until a friend texted me who's in another African country, a southern African country. She says, "Are you guys being affected by this?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because we don't have Windows, we don't have Microsoft,
Yeah.
we use Apple. I remember when I was young, my dad would always tell me, he would say, "Don't trust Microsoft." He would say, "Don't have Windows." He would use Linux. Him and my uncle would break down computers, build them back up. And so he would always say, "Do not trust Microsoft Windows." And so ever since then, I've been an Apple woman. Look, I use Apple, so I was not aware. But when we started looking into it,
No, I felt it this morning though.
you felt it trading,
Yeah, I
but
was
you
like,
didn't know what it was.
yeah, I was like, what's going on with my app? Like I can't get on my app. It's slow. Like early in the morning, like this time. What time was it? Maybe like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Then after that, it started acting up. So I'm like, what do I do to try to reset it or anything? But it's still acting up. So I'm like, what the heck is wrong with MetaTrader? And now we see. Like, let me know if you guys um are having problems with stuff like that, if that's something that you do, because I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, we need to read these articles. It's all over, and I want to read. We want to read multiple articles from multiple areas of the world, so that you guys get a sense of the impact of the Microsoft global outage, which is really CrowdStrike, which is a cybersecurity firm that said they had to underdo an update, and so this update plunged banks to go offline. Airplanes that were in the sky were like, "Hey, we have to go ahead and land." Because a lot of the times they fly on autopilot. But if those tools inside the airplanes, if the systems were run by Windows,
Ooh.
they're not properly working. And so the pilot would have had to actually take manual control, and this is why you just can't depend on robots for everything, which is what I've
Yeah,
been
this
preaching for a long time.
look, guys, it's happening right in front of our eyes.
You
If
have to
y'all
actually have
if y'all can't
skills.
see what's going on, I hope you see now, because this is global. This
If
is
you can't see
global.
now, you're probably never going to see.
Like the only thing else that was global was the pandemic, I guess, in our lifetime.
Yeah, in our lifetime. Right, right,
And that was
right.
pretty recent.
Yeah.
So even go ahead, I'll let you read the article and we can get into the thoughts that we have. But guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Share this, share, because this is like we are feeling it here in Africa. Another person in another country messaged us and asked, "Hey, are you guys having issues with this?" We see it. They say in Australia, Europe. Where else?
It's hit Australia the worst,
Yeah,
Europe second, America third.
yeah, because I know Australia has like a big thing with the global connection. Something I was looking up, but yeah, like it's global. It's global, guys. So
Yeah,
pay attention to
but
what's going
thanks to
on.
the Most High, our bank accounts are good. All our stuff is good. It hasn't really done much damage to us in that aspect. So our internet still works. Everything still works on this side.
Mm-hmm.
But we do want to get into this because if you're someone that was traveling today,
Ooh,
you are
I'm sorry.
experiencing lots of difficulties. You're experiencing a lot of strange things happening. The airports are on hold. Basically, they're like just pause. And they say they don't know when they can resume flights. So I'll just get into the
Exactly.
article from the Times of India, indiatimes.com. We're going to start with them because a lot of times India news will give you a realistic viewpoint of the world and not so much propaganda on either side. You just want to get reality
Mm-hmm.
when you look at some of these articles. And so Microsoft outage live updates. IT minister says in touch with Microsoft as global outage impacts several services. The global outage, CrowdStrike, cybersecurity firm that services numerous industries, was down across parts of the world Friday morning, halting news broadcasts and grounding flights. At least three major U.S. airlines, American, United, and Delta, grounded all, let me underline that verbally. Grounded all flights according to the Federal Aviation Administration. In Australia, the New South Wales Police Force said on social media that it was aware of the outage. Problems persisted at the Sydney airport, one of Australia's largest and busiest transportation hubs, just as the weekend was getting underway for many.
Mm. And this is early in the morning. It's not like you waking up early in the morning, like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. This is like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you're not like really into breaking news, you're probably gonna catch it super late. So I'm glad that we caught it. And it's what it's 2 o'clock here, almost.
Yep.
So it's like, man, yeah, this is really getting. This is something. This is something big,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
global thing, outage.
Now, you ready for this? This was 7 minutes ago. We're on Newsweek now. We're
Yeah, we
tracking
we
this
live
live
with
with
it.
you guys.
We
We're
live with it.
live. We in the trenches with y'all, okay? Y'all in the trenches. We all in this together, right? So this is breaking 7 minutes ago. U.S. Mexico border app hit by Microsoft outage. Number one, I have a question. They
Border
have
app.
a U.S. Mexico border app. Why do they have an app?
I don't, look, guys. This is like this is us. This is live. We looking
This is
this
how
up
we
right
talk to
now.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we like, hold on. What's
The app used by migrants to cross the US Mexico border has been hit by the global Microsoft outage that is affecting
mm,
banks, airlines, and businesses across the world. The CBP One app used by people crossing the border is experiencing technical issues. Waiting times aren't being displayed in the app, and users are being directed to an error when they attempt to check. The CBP desktop website also appears to be experiencing technical difficulties following the outage. Now, this app allows asylum seekers, again, we're reading newsweek.com, asylum seekers and migrants to schedule appointments with border officials. Migrants who wish to enter the US are required to access the One app to request an appointment at a land port of entry into the country. It's the only way, bar a few rare exceptions, to request asylum on the border.
mm.
Microsoft says users worldwide are unable to access various Microsoft 365 apps, including Xbox, and services in a global outage. The cause, the exact nature, and scale of the outage remain unclear. The technology giant appeared to suggest in an X, formerly Twitter, post that the situation was improving, but hours later, widespread outages were being reported by airlines all across the world.
Mm. That's deep.
According to the Federal Aviation Authority, Delta, United, and American Airline flights were all grounded in the US. All grounded. Again, that's the second time y'all hearing that. The issue has also affected businesses like banks, retailers, self checkout, digital payment services, doctors, emergency services, 911, even broadcasters. It wasn't immediately clear how badly the affected CBP services were and when the app will be working again.
Hold on. Read that again.
Banks, retailers, self checkout, digital payment services, doctors, emergency services, aka 911, even broadcasters. And so Mary Capron, a researcher from Canada at the USA Amnesty International, told Newsweek people seeking asylum experience challenges using the application due to erroneous registration processes, technological errors and flaws, and a lack of knowledge about the application and how it works. While the organization recognizes the innovations as an electronic entry management system could potentially provide for safe transit and more orderly border access, programs like the app cannot be used as an exclusive manner of entry into the US to seek international protection. The organization considers that CBP One mobile application must not be used to create obstacles. And so part of this, like this cover story, the next cover story says the US Mexico border app helps drug cartels kidnap migrants. It's This is all just very strange, to be quite honest. Um,
Yeah, this is a lot, and I can't imagine like people trying to get in the country and they got to go through an app, and then the app's not working, and then they standing right there. They just travel all this way, and now they got to. They can't set an appointment like the app or the article said. They gonna be bum rushing that border pretty soon.
I think what we're seeing is already a type of takedown, a type of siege, and the news will not say that. You may hear it from the Times of India, you may hear
Yeah,
it from Russian,
Australia.
Chinese publications, Australian publications. But what this is y'all know like how people in the hood they jump people, right? This was a team of whoever it was that jumped Microsoft, okay? But they're saying it's the CrowdStrike update. But by the looks of it, this, something like this is not just, oh, whoops, an update.
Well, they tell you in the
Whoops,
movies too, like that's the
oops.
best way to hack somebody. You might bring an IT guy in to update your system, and they hack it.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's basically what's happening right now. They hacking it.
In the
They
middle of the Donald Trump attempted assassination, and we got some more. We got another news headline, but we still got to get through this topic first because now we're looking at the New York Post. Breaking again, it's saying major U.S. carriers ground flights, strand travelers, citing communications issues hours after Microsoft Cloud outage.
yeah, guys, you gotta think about that. It's all around the world where people are at the airport for hours at a time since just say last well it's daytime for us, but last night, like literally just sitting in the airport waiting. They spent their money. Now they're trying to figure out flights for people and stuff all around the world,
Yeah.
stuck in the airport, and all they see is a blue screen, usually where they say this flight 527, flight whatever, right here, is going to land. This flight just arrived or whatever. It's all blue, all blue. So man, this is something very serious.
Yes, it is. It's very serious, and we don't really know the repercussions of it. I'm sure we'll do a follow up video because this is just as it's literally breaking news. I do see 18 people in the room, so if 9 of you could go ahead and like the video, we would so greatly appreciate it.
Yeah,
Especially because we
like
really do need to get this word out. Again, a lot of our people, we just want to not pay attention to the news, and it's like stuff like this you need to
yeah,
be
you
aware
got to.
of.
Yeah, this is like wow. I'm speechless.
Yeah, this is the time where it's like you can't just cover your eyes and just say, "Oh, well, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to pay
Well,
attention."
they will fix it, and okay, if they fix it, I think you probably need to fix your mind and get out.
Yeah, I
Leave
mean
the
that's
world
the
behind.
clear solution
Leave the world
because
behind.
this has mostly impacted Australia, Europe, and America. Now you
Western
don't see on
Western
here.
systems.
It doesn't say Kenya Airlines went down. It doesn't say Ethiopia Airlines went down. It doesn't say Rwanda Airlines. It doesn't say South African Airlines. So far from what I'm seeing, this is Australia, Germany, Great Britain, and America.
Mm.
And so if you just have any sense of history, discernment, you would say, now who are the people on the earth that don't like that alliance? Because that is an alliance of people, Australia, Germany, Great Britain, America. That's a very specific alliance that's very, very clear if
Yeah,
you can put one and two together, which is really not that hard to do if you just look at history.
that's funny. Somebody said they created the problem, so now they gotta fix it. That
It's
yeah.
wild out here. I mean, and the news headlines, they continue to come in. Again, we're learning this live with you all. The Microsoft outage, the CrowdStrike outage that they said was an update. You be the judge if it's an update,
Go to Australian news.
to understand. Okay, Australian news.
Because Australia news, like it's what 7 p.m. in Australia right now, so they get a lot of information before, the U.S. before Africa. They're literally ahead of time. They're
Yeah.
literally in the future, so they get a lot of news before a lot of people. Plug this in too.
Okay. Yeah, this is crazy, y'all, because this, you can't make this stuff up. Leave the world behind. We are currently in World War III, and it just looks a lot different than people would have thought. But if anyone has any doubts about being in World War III, welcome to World War III. This is where we all are in the world. Now, of course, there's going to be safe spots, there's going to be Goshens. And, your whole goal right now should be to leave the West. You don't want to be in Australia. You don't want to be in Europe. You don't want to be in Western Europe. You don't want to be in America
Mm.
as these things continue to, because this is just phase one. Now, you
Yeah,
said we should go back and watch Leave the World
world
Behind.
behind.
Let's go
Yeah,
watch it with our children after this live so we can take notes because you're correct. This was phase one in the
Hmm.
movie where they said once
It was
all the
like the
communications is
yeah, the
down.
power outage and stuff. And I believe somebody was like, "Oh, Google still work." Obviously, because is Google under Microsoft? I think so,
No,
but still, I
they're not.
think
They're two separate
I
entities.
believe that I believe they're going to keep stuff like this open. Google, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebooks and stuff, so everybody will see what's going on. Because I know we had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, man, the Bible say like the whole world will see, the Most
Mm.
High, right? And how is that possible when it's seven?
You mean when he comes back, or you
Yeah,
mean?
when he comes back. So it's you got to think about like how can everybody see something all at once? It's through stuff like this. Like it has to be open for a reason. So I believe this stuff is it's going to take time for YouTube and stuff like that to get taken down or hacked or whatever you call it.
Yeah, because it'll be difficult to hack every single system, but it looks like the easiest one for them to hack is Microsoft. So if you have Microsoft, you may just want to sell that
Hmm.
off and get rid of that because that's just just get rid of it. Obviously, Bill Gates, he's a multi-billion, billion-dollar person, and obviously his investments into cybersecurity have not been panning out, and so that's that. But now, according to The Guardian, back to the articles, guys, Microsoft says a resolution is forthcoming as airline supermarkets and banks are affected. I find it interesting how banks, or sorry, not banks, how supermarket checkouts are affected.
Hmm.
So, like, people are standing in grocery stores in Australia, not able to check out. What are they then doing? This is why everything cannot be based on robotics and technology as much as I
Hmm.
enjoy technology in certain aspects. You still have to be a human. You still have to count money. You still have to be able to barter, trade, use creativity, whether it's writing, strategy, have a brain. That's what we were blessed with as humans. And so you cannot rely on ChatGPT, AI, all of these AI programs all the time because they are flawed, as you can see, very much flawed. They're even more so flawed than humanity because Yahuwah, the creator, created humans in his image. But these AI bots and all these things, these are just
Hmm.
robots. They're
But
just
yeah,
robots.
to me, especially this past week that's been happening, it's just saying the system has been infiltrated. With the Trump security, with the Secret Service and stuff, that seemed fishy. Now this is happening. The system is literally being hacked,
Oh,
like for real,
this is a
on,
good
on
time.
all aspects of it, like globally. You
This is
really
a
got to
good
think about
time
it.
to return to the
Yeah,
land of Africa. Get you some property, and guess what, fam? You
just
don't
live
need
off the land.
29,000 acres.
Live
All
off
you
the
need is
land.
half an acre. All you need is an acre. It's not that expensive. We've been through the process. It's not that bad. It's not that difficult if you come with an African mindset of returning to the land because these things are very interesting.
More than interesting is speechless.
And it's interesting how Microsoft is very nonchalant. They're like, oh, everything will be back up soon. When it should be saying, hey, breaking, whoever entity has broken into our systems, but they're like, oh no, it's just an update. They're very nonchalant. It's very much Western media that's just saying the same thing, even with Biden and Trump and Kamala, just very nonchalant about whatever is going on. And so, you, as the people in our community, it is our duty to help you see these things and to open up these conversations like, what is this? What do you think should be happening next? What do you think you should be doing? Now, as we went ahead and opened another 5 spots in the August State of the Diaspora, we were doing the July one last night, and we
Yeah.
had some incredible conversations with the people there because the whole goal right now is to help you make a fail proof move because of things like this. Like, you should be in a place that's as fail proof as possible, where you don't have to just splurge and waste your money. You can do things properly and in order, and you don't have to worry about all of the nonsense of Western society. So you can check that out in the link in the description. This video is sponsored by State of the Diaspora and the link in the description. Now, there's only 5 slots available, and that's that. That takes place August 22nd and 29th. Now,
Yes. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Check it out.
One Nation Under Black, this issue has hit the US. It is first hitting banks that use Microsoft. Okay. Whatever banks those are, they're going to be coming out with the list here soon. Number two, it's hit airlines. 36 flights have been canceled already because United Air, let me go back. American Airlines, Delta Airlines. What was the third one that they had listed here? No, I said American. American, Delta, and United have all been hit. What does that mean? I used to watch these videos. I don't know if you remember this. I would watch these Mayday air videos because my dad was a pilot, okay? And so sometimes I like to watch those because it's interesting. And they would say, if something is going on in the sky, they usually use the automatic pilot. But if they can't use the automatic, you hope to have a pilot in power that knows how to drive the plane or to fly the plane. And so this is what's happening. People, they did a super fast landing. If they're above land and they're flying across America, they're like, okay, we have to hurry up and ground the plane because most of those planes rely on systems built by Microsoft, as we are seeing. Okay. And a lot of pilots these days, unfortunately, from these shows that I've been watching years ago, it's very interesting. They have these Maydays, and then during the Mayday, they're like, oh, we have to go through this checklist of the automated, and you start to realize these patterns. Why is everyone so dependent on automation? I get it. Automation can be good to an extent, but it's like you have an actual skill, have an actual brain, be able to use actual brain power. Do not make your own human brain obsolete or things like this happen. And the people that are going to be surviving in the last days, by the way, are people that are going to use their humanity and use their brains and not rely on AI as if AI is some kind of God.
Mm-hmm.
AI is just a robot, man's creation. But as a commenter said, I think free thinker, yes. One of your earlier comments was yes, the stuff is going crazy with this whole Microsoft thing, but plants are still coming up.
Yeah.
Facts.
You gotta
The
literally
sun's still in the sky.
live off what you are, and that's the ground. Like you gotta live off the ground. Like really, you gotta live off the land. And man, there's so many people here in Africa that can, teach you that's been doing it hundreds of years. I know for us, we just been in the rat race, just trying to be in the building. We're not doing anything on land. We're literally in a rat race. So we definitely suggest you guys to get over here to the land where all the fruits growing just freely, all the medicine that's right next to you, just all the herbs is just ready for you. No matter what,
Yeah.
it's plenty. It's plenty.
You ain't got to worry about 911 or 911 being down. When you
Exactly.
got moringa right next door, we have a whole bunch of moringa plants next door.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking out right now and there's nature everywhere. There's a lot of sugar cane by us. There's just a lot of coconut trees,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things that just grow naturally. And this is what we have to get back to as a people. As you can see, if you're in the airport on the wrong day, you're in the hospital at the wrong day where the doctor don't really know what he's talking about because he had to rely on the computer, then you're just out of luck.
Yeah.
You're just out of luck. Why?
Yeah, you gotta. That's basically what it is. If if you're not around people that can like really know the land, um, or if you're around people that's just depending on like the internet, like, hey, um, what is this plant or what does this plant do? It's better to be around people that knows that lives it every day. Like really.
Michael Ray, yeah, I'm from Chicago and been here in Dar for 4 months. I live off the land. And it's so simple. It's not even hard. You don't have to have $10,000, $20,000, $90,000 to just pick a mango from a tree. Because Africa is so abundant where you can literally just go outside. Oh, there's some fruit, there's some vegetables. Oh, there's some people over there. My neighbors are out there farming. Oh, okay, they know some cool farming techniques. That's awesome. And they don't own these large scale farms. A lot of these people, their farm is in their front yard.
Yeah.
When they're hungry, they go outside.
And
now, if they need to go get meat, they may go to the store. They
might have
some chicken. Whatever it is.
And then you go there and introduce yourself, and they like, oh hey, welcome, and they probably give you every single vegetable that they have.
Because Africa's that abundant.
Yeah, they be
Because
like,
they're
oh,
not in
you're
lack.
welcome. Here you go. this is a gift for you. It's like, thank you.
They're
Yeah,
not lacking anything.
yeah.
Africa's not lacking anything, as y'all can tell by these headlines. You'll see the pattern is Australia, Germany, Great Britain, America. You don't see Senegal, South Africa, Zambia, Botswana, Tanzania. You don't see these countries in the headline because most people in Africa do not
Mm-hmm.
rely on AI and robots.
This, yeah, system. You gotta think about which system are you really on. And people say, oh, the beast system is all around the world, but it's separate systems everywhere, like literally. Because if this will affect Africa, we will be like, okay, Africa, the whole of Africa is affected now. Yes, that would mean that Africa is under the beast system, or Africa is under America's system. Australia, like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, but even in that time, because even with that, there are tribes in Africa across Tanzania, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Ghana that do not rely on the internet or technology.
Mm-hmm.
They are homesteaders, have been for centuries, living on
Farmers.
mountaintops, living in valleys, just going up and down mountaintops, going through the valleys, speaking their tribal languages. So all this stuff happening, they see an airplane fall out the sky, they're like,
Oh,
okay, that's
man,
strange, but I got to go back to farming now.
that would be something else. We see it in the movie, but can you imagine that? Just looking up and seeing it. Oh, I think like that, man. Yeah, I
Well,
don't want
that's
to
why
speak
they
about that.
grounded the flights because they didn't want something like that to happen. They grounded the flights again. Where did they ground the flights? They grounded the flights in America. Hmm? They didn't ground the flights in Ethiopia. They grounded the flight. I really want people to get this. They grounded the flights in America. They grounded the flights in Great Britain. They grounded the flights in Germany. They grounded the flights in Australia. If you just know just a tad
Dubai
bit of
too.
history, these people are all cousins,
Mm. Somebody
all from
falling.
the Great British monarchy, okay?
Somebody's
I'm gonna leave
falling.
it at that.
Somebody's rising. Leave it at
Leave
that.
it at that. You might want to go read Joel 2 and 3. You might want to go read the book of Obadiah. These are all Bible books. You might want to go read the entire book of Revelations. Free Thinker said, I heard Ethiopia is untouchable. Facts. Man, I've seen that in dreams and visions. I hear that from people on the ground. I see that with the history that Ethiopia has. Ethiopia is untouchable. It's special to the Most High for whatever reason. Some believe it's the promised land, some believe it's Eden, whatever the reason is, Ethiopia has remained very much untouchable.
Mm.
Which, all glory to the Most High for that because look, to an extent, Africa is to an extent very untouchable. Once you travel Africa and you know what's what, and you have networks set up, and oh, I know these people in this country, I know these people in this country, I know this tribe, oh, I know what's going on over there, oh, I understand these customs, this culture.
Mm-hmm.
Then you know how to maneuver in the last days. How much wonderful leverage is that in these times where planes are doing emergency groundings, landing, where the pilot gets on, set, hey guys, we have to do an emergency landing. And they're probably saying, don't worry, nothing's wrong. Meanwhile, you land the plane and you listen to our video and then you find out all this. You do your research and you're like, that don't sound like nothing.
Yeah, that sounds like something. That sounds like something global.
The revolution is televised, but they're not going to tell you it's being televised.
Yeah.
The headline's going to be, it's not a big deal, it's just an update. Okay. Just an update, sure. So yeah, that the checkout lines aren't working, and the federal government has said that they are doing an emergency meeting. And so y'all, look, we didn't even get to the second half of the
Yeah, how
topic.
they gonna
We
do
got
a
another
meeting?
topic, y'all.
How they gonna do a meeting now?
Gosh, y'all be safe. Y'all move to Africa. Um, please move to Africa before November 4th, 5th,
I
6th,
don't.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't. Is it
You
too
don't
late?
got nothing to lose. It's not too late. You can buy your ticket, hop on that plane, say,
But
"Thank you,
what
America.
if?
It was a
But you got to
good, it
think.
was a good
What
time."
if flights can't look?
Well, don't do it
Because
today.
they
Just
gonna
wait
be.
a little
There's
minute.
gonna be
Don't hop on the plane
at least a
today.
week type fixing. They can't just go automatically the next day go
That's
back up
true.
in the air. This
Yeah,
is
that's
gonna
true.
be a little time for that to get back up.
Wait a month. And then when it's your time, child, catch Ethiopian Airlines, catch Kenya Airlines. They are phenomenal,
Yeah,
y'all.
because Kenya said,
Phenomenal.
is it Kenya? Yeah, Kenya, or I think it's Kenya or Ethiopia said they're going to be doing
Direct flights.
direct flights from the States.
Y'all, look, these are the things we talk about and say that look, y'all, we got to be on code in these last days. We got to
Mhm.
exchange information, logistics, because that is going to be the way that you and your lineage thrive and survive and get on this narrow path.
Exactly. Like, really.
So right now, as you can imagine, all the federal agencies, all the folks, the European folks, they all getting together. They're like, okay, this is an emergency. They're probably meeting in their underground bunkers and stuff. And that's that. So I'm sure they know more about what's going on than us. They're not going to say it
Dang,
out
that's deep.
loud, but
What's going to happen if they call a meeting for all the Europeans, like you said, in their underground bunkers, and they say, we can't go back out there, and just leave everybody?
leave everybody
Just leave
behind.
everybody like, hey, let let them figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're already
Huh?
2 hours ago. They already called it. Federal government, this is 2 hours ago, holds emergency meeting over Windows outage. This is theguardian.com. We reported earlier that the government had convened a meeting of emergency authorities under the umbrella of National Emergency Management Agency. Pause. Why does this say the National Emergency Management Agency, meaning we have to manage emergencies that happen in the West? But when Microsoft talks about it, they say it's just an update.
Yeah.
This is y'all. Pay attention to words.
This is
Also,
6. They say 6 p.m.
the meeting started at 6 p.m., so they saw this was happening. Also, we're invited some of the stakeholders who have been impacted by this outage. It's understood that includes major supermarket retail chains, major telcos, internet providers, representatives from banking, finance, airlines, utilities, transport, logistics. Oh, so it involves truckers as well, food supply.
Yeah, this is deep. This is
State and territory government representatives. We will update you on the outcome of that meeting as soon as possible. Okay.
ooh, that's deep. That's very deep, yo.
And if there is ever a time to be discreet, y'all, this is why we don't tell people in public where we are. The Most High has given us a certain level, a very wonderful level of wisdom and discernment. And when He says say something, we say it. If He says don't say it, we don't say it. And y'all have to move that same way. You need to be in line with His spirit. It doesn't matter who's around you, your friends, your family, your acquaintance, your this, your that, who's like, oh, well, just do this opposite. If the Most High says don't do it, you don't do it. And you tell those people to go read their Bible so they can go find some wisdom for themselves. Because most of these people out
Mhm.
here have no level of discernment. They're just flopping around in la la land and complaining about stuff. Meanwhile, the people who have discernment are walking in obedience, walking in integrity as much as possible on the repentant, narrow path and doing wise things, like the book of Proverbs says, and being discreet about their moves. That's that. That look, that's my
Exactly.
little soapbox, my little TED talk, because the
You
thing
gotta take this serious. Like, if you're watching this, you really gotta take this serious. Like, you gotta understand or know your next step, because has any of this happened before? Think about it. Has it really happened before? Okay, maybe a couple banks fall and they come right back, but not no global stuff, not all around the world. So they really making it seem. I know we keep saying it. They making it seem like it's no big deal, and it get fixed, and then the next week you're not thinking about it, and behind the scenes everything is happening to go against you.
and
So
again, the best thing you can do, be in Africa.
yeah.
Be in Africa, get used to learning about local life, get used to learning the ancient path again, get used to not being in a debt trap. If you're already trapped in debt, there's going to be some kind of way out of it. You just got to look for it, you got to search for a solution. And, Al Jazeera right now, it's another international news outline or company. Global IT outage causes chaos, disrupting airlines, banks, media, and telecom. But Australia's national security says it is not a cybersecurity incident. I would beg to differ, to be honest. And you just have to have the discernment to say, is what is being narrated the reality? Okay. And so I don't know, y'all. This is crazy. I want to know what y'all think. We're gonna interact with y'all in the comments. Y'all leaving so many comments. What do y'all think? What have you been affected? Has your family been infected?
Yeah, let us know if you're watching this. Make sure you like the video before we say this next topic that we gotta say, and let us know if this next topic is more serious than this, depending on person.
This isn't fun. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's not funny because it's really happening. Like it always happened before the weekend too. Like it always happens
Y'all
like
not gonna
that.
believe the next topic. Okay, let me switch over here, y'all. I
Yeah,
want to
like
know.
this
Does
is
anybody know
getting
the
very
next
serious.
topic? I'm gonna
Yeah.
read it to you. Does anybody know the next topic?
Have you guys heard about um Biden recently?
Put it like this: have you heard about Biden and Kamala?
Yeah, let us know before we move on. Why she's looking it up. Have you heard about Biden recently in the last 10 hours?
I'm gonna read this headline to you. That's actually from the Willie D Live channel on YouTube. I want to see if I can.
1 second, just give it a little second.
So he called Kamala Vice President Trump,
Hold
and
on, babe.
then
Can y'all see us? Is it buffering? Let us know. Let us know.
C19.
Let us know
Yeah, this
before we
is
move
breaking
on.
news just in the last 8 hours. Biden says he is going to step down. He does not, I will repeat, he does not endorse Kamala as his successor. And I just have a question. She's the vice president. Usually in politics, if the
Mm.
president's not there, the vice president takes over. That's even in Tanzania. Michael
Yeah,
Foley, he passed away. The vice president took over. But Biden is saying he's stepping down, but he don't want Kamala to be the president.
and that's man. If y'all know the season and the times that we in, that's going against everything that's happening right now.
This is so confusing.
Like you
Reading
can't,
these articles, I'm just like,
like you going against how can I put it? Yeah, you just going against a woman. That's not good. We're not supposed to be going against our women right now. Like really, you're supposed to be, putting them at a level where they should be, and going against her, that's not smart.
I don't know though. Kamala?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't know her. Whatever, she probably gonna be in office. That's my that's my
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty
she
sure she's
probably
gonna be in
will.
office because Trump. Yeah, maybe that's another video. That's another video.
Yeah, these things, yeah, because just last week he was saying, Julissa, she said, I left the US just in time. You
Yeah, like for
absolutely did.
real.
That's how we felt in 2019, 2020, coming to Tanzania, landing in Africa, like, oh, we just came just in
Just
time.
in time, because the couple months after they started doing lockdowns,
The third round.
right?
Now, just yesterday, Biden said he had COVID. Now today, he's saying he's stepping down. He don't want Kamala to be president. Then the whole world system. I'm like, y'all, this. If I don't know if any Black Americans, because I'm talking to my people, right? Kusangata members only. Jordan Peele said, "Get out, facts, get out." Because if anyone else would like to come in the comments, y'all know if y'all look back at some of our videos, y'all look through the comments, you have some of these people, these patriotic Black folks, African folks, they're like, America's the best nation, nothing bad ever happens. And yet, United, Delta, and American Airlines all said, you know what, we have to ground these planes ASAP, something's happening. So somebody tell me, please. Somebody please let me know
It's crazy, yo. Just
if it makes sense to just worship America for the rest of your life. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if that makes sense. To us, we know it doesn't make sense, so we don't do it. So that's why we out the country. And that's that.
you
But
gotta
yeah,
think
y'all,
about it.
it's look, it's I don't even know what to say. It's like a done deal, but you don't even know what that means about it being a done deal. You're just like, okay, I don't know, like,
It's a lot that's
not
happening.
sure.
It's a lot that's happening, and it's a lot of information that a lot of people gonna miss. So just pay attention to what's going on. Like, what are they really trying to say? just what? Dang, it's so much to think about. But just this past week with Trump, then him going to the Republican convention thing, um, that's big news already. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people don't hear about this, about the micro. I'm pretty sure. I hope so, but
No, everybody's gonna hear about this.
it's a lot of stuff that's going on. So just pay attention on what they trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you like the system is hacked. The system is hacked.
It's hijacked. Whoever
It's
it is,
already
they
hijacked.
hijacked it. It's already
You
done.
gotta
It's a
you
done
gotta get
deal.
out on all sides.
It's a done deal.
The Mexico border, the Canadian border, all of it.
It's a done deal. It's for real. It's a done deal. You might as well just with your resources, go ahead. Whatever you got, wrap it up, and go ahead and do your exit plan the next 60 days. Cause
Right?
it's a done deal. It's done.
Yeah. If you got
Babylon is
houses, just
done.
sell it. If you got a house, sell it. If you got real estate, sell it. Because pretty soon you're not gonna be able to sell it.
Right. You don't want one of the 2008 issues again, because it's already happened. When the houses are worth 80% less, then that's an issue. That could be an issue. Which they're already saying. The economists are saying, hey, the market crash is coming. You know, I don't know. I'm speechless, y'all. I'm like, that's crazy. One Nation Under Black, right? Teo is, yeah. Whenever he goes live, I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm sure he's gonna do it soon, cause and
Hmm.
you can't make look. And if y'all don't want to go to East Africa, go West Africa. You don't want to go West, go South. Wherever you want to go, make sure it's outside of Western society. Okay,
Yeah.
make sure it's outside of Western society, and make sure that you learn. And you don't have to pressure yourself so much that you got to learn everything about farming in one day. But just begin to look and understand. Begin to make strategic connections. Begin to understand, okay, how can I go about this without coming across as a capitalist that wants to own and dominate everything? What the Most High taught us being in Tanzania and being in this new country is you don't need to own and dominate everything. You need to be kind to the locals and have strategic connections.
Yep. Connections. Connections is key, definitely, especially here in Africa. Like that's the best thing to have is connections because you can move
Humanity,
around. Yeah,
relationships.
the relationships. That's what it is.
Just be a human. Be like a good human. Facts, Kuzingata. Go to the visa free countries first if you can't settle on a residency in Africa. Again, another great tip that we talk about all the time because that makes life easier when you don't have to pay for $100 visas for your family if you got a big family,
Yeah,
or even if it's you. That's all you gotta do.
that's funny.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
Just make it simple. Make it as simple as possible. Make your move simple. And in these times, this is also the time to move with discretion, to move with simplicity, quiet, humility. It's not the time to be amongst a lot of different groups because you don't really understand what's what. You don't know who's who.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
That
got
can be from a spiritual aspect of people being moved by the actual spiritual adversary, or it could be physical, literal. You don't really know who's who. It's
mm-hmm.
it's both sides, and you have to take those things into account. And the best representation of that is the forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Exactly. You got to move with one word. Very simple.
Yeah, and they were so family centered, family oriented. They weren't these modern people, modern Western society family dynamics where they're like, oh, the man go work 59 hours a week, then the woman and the children, and everybody's separated, and there's utter chaos. When you look at the forefathers, they were always near home.
Mm-hmm.
That should tell you something. If the forefathers are always near their home, we gotta let go of Babylonian ways. So much of what we have picked up are Babylonian ways and customs and things they've fed us by design. They've done these things by design, knowing that if you send a man or a woman, either one, outside the home for 80 hours a week, 40 to 80 hours a week, obviously that's going to destroy marriages and family values.
Mm-hmm.
So just look in the Bible and just read it for what's really written there. When Abraham in the book of Genesis is sitting under the tent and Sarah's just a little bit down the way, And you're like, huh, I wonder what day to day life was like for them. They didn't have to work their 9 to 5 corporate Uncle Sam jobs.
Yeah, that was a different world.
They
But you
were,
really gotta put your mind like that. You gotta really start thinking like that, because especially now, because that's where it's headed. That's literally where it's headed. So you have to be understanding of the ancient ways and the ancient path that you have to seek.
and it's all the information you need right there. It's not so far off that you can't grab it.
It's
What's it
right
say in
there.
Deuteronomy? The laws aren't so far off that you can't grab it. It's all the way down in the sea. It's literally written as plain
You
as
just
day
said.
if
You
you
just
just read
said.
and study for yourself
You
instead
just
of
have to
whoever
move
pastor being over you.
move with one word. The only word that you need. That's that's very simple. If
Make it
you
simple.
if you understand, you understand. If you don't, I'm not explaining
Facts. It's
it.
not explaining time.
just
We got to
just
keep the oil in our
move with
lamp.
one word.
It's not explaining time. Explaining time was 4 years ago. It's oil in the lamp. Keep your oil, keep your lamp lit. That's what time it is, family. If you don't get it now, you may not ever be getting it, to be honest, because it's just very clear. So,
Hmm.
any other words?
No, what do you think gonna happen next?
I can't even tell you what I think is going to happen next.
Don't tell me, tell them.
This is like, I'm not even sure, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen next. I literally have no idea. All I know is I would not be in America for it. That's what I do know. I know that. That's what I do know for a surety. I would be in Africa
Yeah, me
as I
too.
am.
I would say I think next is more even more chaos is gonna happen. Even more is gonna happen. Civil war, like confusion, no peace. You gotta think about that. One of the seals in Revelation says peace is gonna be taken from the earth,
True.
and people
True.
say, "Oh, it has." No, it hasn't. It has
It
not.
hasn't.
It has not.
Whew. Y'all ain't seen that. When the
So
most.
when peace get taken from the world, especially like America, where there's everybody got a gun
Ooh.
and
Child.
everybody got some type of weapon, or even if they don't got a gun,
Mm,
they got some knives hitting, or brass knuckles, or
mm.
mace, or tasers, or just just all the weapons that you can think of. They got it. So when peace get taken away, it's it's gonna be something.
That's Revelations. Look, if you believe the word, you won't be in America because you know that's coming. You know America is a nation where everybody is armed, everybody and their mama.
Hmm.
Everybody.
And they sons and daughters now.
Yeah, my mom, and she was working in the public school system. She said a 5-year-old brought a gun to school, seriously, and the sons, and know how to use them. Like,
Yeah.
if that don't tell you right there to go to a society that does not operate like that, because in Africa, nobody has weapons.
Mm.
Even the
Yeah.
police don't have the weapons that America has. Like, when we tell you, y'all, the most wise way to strategize in these times is find a country that has basically no military presence. They're all over Africa, actually. There's many countries that have barely any military presence. These are the safe spots to go because nobody's thinking of them in times of war. They're very peaceful, very zen. Everybody's just
Hmm.
chilling. People don't really argue. They're not hot headed. You don't see people fighting, cussing each other out. Somebody disagree, and then you come to a solution, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then that's your day, and you go back home.
Yeah. Cause it's my advice. Get out. Just get out.
Yeah.
Get out. Leave the world behind. Like literally, leave the West behind. Um, because it's just gonna get worse. You think this is bad? Because this is pretty bad. This is like
And this is rather
shocking.
new.
This is like whoa. Like what?
What y'all doing?
Flights. Look, flights is not gonna be moving for at least 48 hours after this.
Hmm. Just pause on that for a minute. So
Paul.
people, if they were planning on leaving, wouldn't be leaving.
So guess what's gonna happen to uh the money that they miss for 48 hours?
Down the drain, I guess. I don't
They can
know.
literally go bankrupt. That's basically, I heard somebody say, if you make, like, just say somebody's living a good life of $20,000 a month, right? And if they miss one payment of that $20,000 a month, they're gonna be in trouble. That's basically what big businesses is gonna feel soon, like the
Mass
airports and
layoffs.
stuff. Think about that.
Mass layoffs.
Two days a week. It's yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for America. The dollar's gonna fall super fast, and maybe this is the way it's gonna fall. Because if stuff like that happen, banks down, grocery stores down, they can't, sell the food or whatever. People gonna go in and grab it, or, um, it's gonna go in the trash.
Yeah, because the self checkout don't work. The cashiers don't work. So
Exactly,
I guess they just gonna take it. I don't
and
know.
it's all set up because they try to get rid of cash like a while
Right,
ago.
right.
Now it's all digital and nobody really using cash. So you gotta think about what they really trying to say to us.
You gotta have the foresight, in African proverbs and the Kikuyu tribe and a lot of the Bantu tribes here, foresight is seen as wealth. Okay, having the foresight, but America has tricked our community into thinking, oh, don't worry about the future, don't worry about prophecy, you don't have to pay attention to any of that, just eat some popcorn and watch Netflix. For the African person, the African tribe, the African community, foresight is wealth. If you don't have foresight, then you are destitute. Foresight is the Most High's discernment and wisdom. If you don't have discernment and wisdom and know how and practicality, you are destitute, because they literally tricked you into, you just sit there and you're like, well, America's the best nation on earth. Well, the best nation has been hacked and hijacked.
Like really, like you got to think about like other countries say. Read that real quick. That's funny.
What is this?
That's from the citizen or
Why they
something.
keep doing this?
That's funny. But you got to think about the leader of America right now. That's literally what America is. Like that's literally what America is right now.
Oh gosh, before we leave, you guys share this. This is too much.
That's literally what America is right now.
Okay.
You can read it. You don't have to share, but just read it. That's funny. Like the president of the United States. That's America. Think about it. Joe Biden. Think about Joe Biden. How does he act? How does he, you know, stand? How does he talk? How does he walk?
Well, a lot of our people, they're like, I'm not paying attention to any politics, so they don't turn on the TV. They're like, everything's good, just don't show me.
That's America for you. Go ahead, read
Oh
that. What I
gosh.
just saw.
So this is actually an African news outlet. Is this Tanzania?
Yeah, somebody
Tanzania news
Tanzania.
outlet. U.S. president, and this just shows you the way Africa views the West. So just let you
Exactly.
know that. U.S. President Joe Biden, 81, was seen mistaking another woman with his wife, Jill Biden, about to kiss her before Jill intervened. The event has sparked a wide range of comments on social media, ranging from laughs, comments to concern about Biden's mental abilities. Some users have questioned whether Biden really thought the woman was his wife, while others have used the scene to criticize him of his intellectual and leadership abilities. That and then now he's saying he's gonna go ahead and step down. He was like, I guess I've had enough
Yeah,
now.
he got that a long time. That COVID, that quarantine.
And then he said, but the vice president, don't put her in. Y'all just put somebody else. Find
Who else
somebody.
gonna be in?
He said, just find somebody out the air. I don't know.
Kanye West. They gonna call Kanye.
They're not about to call Kanye.
They
Kanye
probably
don't even
will.
know what day it is. Probably that.
They probably put Kanye West in the office before. What's her name? Harris.
He's a joke. The way he is blasphemed my Messiah is
Right.
just blatantly disrespectful.
We
And
ain't
that's
talking
around. I'm
about
gonna
that.
just put that there because
But yeah, guys, like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah. So y'all, that's it for this video. If you're just coming in again, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't even do a recap. I can't. I'm at capacity with these news headlines, y'all. I gotta go.
Everybody's talking about it
I'm
now.
at capacity at
What?
this rate.
It's 7. It's about to be 7 o'clock in the States.
I can't.
Everybody's talking about it now.
I'm at capacity, y'all. If you just tune in, just rewind because I'm not about to go. Look, just rewind the video, y'all. Shalom, blessings, peace.
No, you gotta do a
Get
recap.
some Child, it's a lot of recap.
No, just say what you gotta say.
Okay, I'll try to make it real short. Okay, good gosh. How do I do this?
Make sure you like the video, guys.
Good deliverance. Okay.
You don't gotta read the article, just say what's happening.
The top three airlines in America have had to ground flights. So far, it's 36 of them: United, Delta, and American Airlines. They've had to ground flights because Microsoft is experiencing a total outage. Okay. They don't know how far that outage goes. It has affected banks. It's affecting the supermarkets. People are going to the checkout line. The
Police,
checkout line don't work.
emergency.
And it's affecting doctors and emergency services, hospitals. It's affecting everything, not just in America, but in Great Britain, Germany, and Australia. So, and Dubai. That's that.
Yeah. And Biden decided to step down also,
Yes.
and doesn't want his vice president to step up.
No.
So it's a lot that's happening.
It's just a mystery.
And also Trump is selling his shoes too. So
His shoes? Why his shoes?
I saw that too. Yeah, it's a lot.
His
It's a lot.
shoes.
Yeah, he got some shoes. I think it's like $300 or something like that.
Oh gosh.
Trump shoes. So yeah, um, guys, make sure you pay attention of what's going on, please, and just get out. Just please get out. Get out, please.
Yeah.
Find somewhere safe to be because it's really ramping up pretty fast, super fast, and it can happen just like that.
It already did. Talk.
Like literally.
It already happened just like that.
Like I don't think nobody really thought about. Well, of course people
It
talk.
already happened just
Of
like
course
that.
people talk about it. Oh, the system won't go down. But when it really happened, it happened so fast.
It just happened.
Yeah, it just be like boom, 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 boom. People like what? It's faster than when you say what?
Child.
Yeah. But guys, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're gonna get off here. We got some stuff to do.
Yes, we will pray for you, Sally Sue. The Most High will provide for all of you. Don't lose your faith. Speak the word, y'all. We are victorious.
Yes.
As long as we are obedient to his commands.
Exactly. Like, all you need is all you got to move with is one word, and that is the Most High's word. So just know these times are awesome times to be alive. Of course, they try to push a lot of fear, but fear is not of the Most High. Always remember that, because just like in 2019, 2020, that's what they try to push is fear, and that's what they use against the Most High's chosen people. So get rid of it and seek peace. Seek a simple mind, a steadfast mind, and know what you're gonna do next. Don't be confused, please. Please
Yeah.
don't be confused. So that's all.
Yep. Take action. Be blessed. Find favor. Y'all. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, guys.